everybody, welcome to Mentour and yet another video podcast. I hope you're all doing fantastic as always. So today I continue my series with interviews of students, pilot students, and today I'm talking to Daniel. Hi Daniel.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
It's a pleasure.
So I was talking to Holly in my latest episode. Now Holly, she was a integrated student from Oxford. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? How old are you?
I'm at this moment I'm 41 years old.
Okay.
And I decided to pursue the career of becoming a pilot, even though it was already my dream since I remember myself as a person. But I only decided to go forward with this when I was 36.
When you were 36, excellent.
Yeah.
So what did you do before?
I graduated in economics. I was working as an economist in Lisbon in a very, let's say, stable career. But I reached that age, started thinking about my life, where it was going, what was happening. I felt, even though I was working in a big city with a very good career, but I felt some kind of anxiety, some kind of urge, some sort of claustrophobia.
Really?
Yeah, and I was actually I was with this dear friend of mine. She's a personal coach.
Mm-hmm.
And she was doing some exercises on me. She was using me as a little bit of a guinea pig. And she made me realize that this dream of mine that I had latent in me, put a bit behind my back, because somewhere in my life I was led to believe that because I wear glasses, because it was too expensive, I wouldn't be able to do it. And she made me realize that this dream had to be fulfilled.
Realized. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good. So, how did you do your schooling? Did you go through an integrated course or a modular course?
No, I decided to go modular because I had a job. I needed to keep working. I needed to keep an income happening so that I could actually make the dream happen.
Good. All right. So, the modular course, more or less, how long did it take you?
It took me around 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
And something that's always been interesting for me is how did you decide? Did you do everything in one school?
No.
Okay.
That's the advantages of the modular courses. It takes a bit longer, but it also gives the person to adjust the course to the individual rhythms, to my individual ability to do the course.
Okay, so you could you felt if you wanted to slow down a bit, you could slow down, or if you wanted to speed up, you could do it the same. And how did you, do you want to mention any of the schools that you were using for your modular course?
Yes, for example, I had...
if you start from the beginning, for example.
Well, I did my PPL in a pretty much ordinary school. I don't think that's the most important thing in the training. But then when things start to become serious, when you're starting to enter the professional level of the aviation, I did my ATPL exams with distance learning with Bristol Ground School.
Okay, so over the internet.
Over the internet, I purchase the contents. They send the materials. It requires a lot of motivation, a lot of, let's say, a lot of discipline also, because coming home after a day's work and having to study for 14 subjects,
yeah.
Which are not exactly easy, by yourself.
Yeah, because you didn't have any tutoring, you didn't have any lessons with teachers, did you?
In the distance learning moment, no. Then the laws require that you have some presence, some classes, some real classes. So this particular case, the course is divided in 2 blocks, and at the end of one block, you go to Bristol, in this case Cheddar, and you attend classes for 2 weeks before going to do the exams. And in those 2 weeks, you kind of review all the subjects that you're going to be examined on. You refresh everything with very, very competent teachers, and then you go to do the exams.
Okay.
So they really solidify the knowledge that you've been getting by yourself at home.
Good. Now here's a question I always get from my viewers, you guys. How did you prepare were you studying a lot of question banks for your ATPL exams, or did you more focus on getting the core knowledge?
We hear a lot of things from different people. I think a good pilot needs to have a very good, solid knowledge
Yeah, and it's
of the subjects. And my intentions are not just to become a pilot. My intentions are to become a good pilot. So I was focusing on understanding the subjects, and I had the privilege also of working near near pilots that have a very good, solid ground. And whenever I had questions, I also had the possibility of asking them whatever I needed. But of course, I don't think you go very far just by studying the question banks. Maybe it will help you to overcome the exams, but later on it will catch you.
Remember this, guys, because this, what he's just saying now, is really important. The question banks are a great tool to pass exams, but you're not in this business to pass exams. You're in this business to become a good, competent pilot. And in order to do so, you need to have the bulk knowledge in order to do the job in a good way. So it's a good point you're raising, Danny.
Yeah.
Right, so so you had your PPL and you've done your ATPL exams. What happened next?
Then, just to tell you that probably the ATPL exams was the part that I liked the least.
Okay.
Because it's so dry. I mean, I was studying at home and I was not flying. So I think as an advice, if somebody is planning on doing this, I think that try to do the exams, try to prepare for the exams, but at the same time, keep flying. Because you'll keep the hand, you'll keep your skills, and it will help you to keep the motivation for the theoretical dry part.
Yeah, okay, very good. That's good.
And you can save also some time.
Yeah,
You can
absolutely.
save some time. After I did these exams, these 14 exams, I took some period from work and I flew to the United States, to Florida, where in 6 weeks I accumulated a total of 80 hours flying.
Okay.
That was very fun. That was lots of fun.
Did you have to convert your licenses?
No, not at all.
You flew under a school's.
Well, it's a bit of a bureaucratic process, but it's not as complicated as it could seem at the first glance. Because I was just doing our building there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not actually getting a license or a rating.
Okay.
It's just our building. So basically, you just have to do the formality of transferring your PPL license there, which is like a green card they give you.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take care of that like 3 months in advance. But they just go there, you get the hours, they write you a certificate of those hours, and those hours count as flight experience.
Perfect.
You don't have to get an M1 visa or nothing like that. It's
Okay.
just with a tourist visa is more than enough.
Very good.
That was very good because in 6 weeks, I managed to get those 80 hours that allowed me to move forward to the CPL multi-engine and IR.
Mm-hmm.
And those 80 hours, those are the hours that can be actually done while you're doing the ATPL theory.
Yeah, exactly. You can do hour buildings while
Yeah.
you're kind of churning through all of
That's
the
it.
theory.
That's it, and saving some time.
Good.
So that was in St. Augustine, Florida, with Florida Flyers. It's a German-owned school, so they have this German, let's say, discipline, this German reliability, and that was a good thing. The fact that you can actually go, you pay as you go, you pay as you fly. You have a very clear, transparent account where you see the hours that you're paying, the hours that you're flying. You have your flights booked, and you can actually count on flying that day with that plane.
Very good.
So it's it's a system you can trust.
Okay.
And from that, I came back to Europe, and I was aware of this school in Poland that was working really well,
Mm-hmm.
and I started contacting them. I went there to visit the school. Got really good impression, and it's called Bartolini Air in Łódź, in the center of Poland.
Okay.
And not only the cost of living are quite reasonable there.
Yeah.
They were also very serious. They have Technams,
Mm-hmm.
the single engine, the multi-engine, and they also have Cessnas, but the Technams are a bit cheaper actually, and they have glass cockpit. They're very advanced, And in a very, very expedite manner, I managed to transfer my license to Poland.
Mm-hmm.
The authorities there work really fast. I managed to do my CPL, multi-engine, instrument rating, night rating, and a little bit more of our building very, very quickly.
Excellent, very good.
It was
So
a great experience.
what was the name of the school again?
It's Bartolini Air.
Bartolini Air in
Yeah.
Poland. All right, good. Excellent. So then you had all your papers, but you still needed your MCC course. Where did you do that?
Well, that was another issue because I wanted to apply to airlines,
Yeah.
and there's this debate whether you should do it on a turboprop or if you go straight to do the MCC on a jet, on a 737 or an Airbus, which the difference of price is considerable.
Hmm.
And again, the advice that I give is talk to people, check the forums, talk to professionals,
Mhm.
see what is really, really worth doing or not, where you can actually save some money or not, where you should actually put your money into. And I was advised by several professionals that I respect to just do the MCC on a school that has good SOPs. The type of aircraft is not that really relevant.
No, because what you're learning is really just how you're going to work together with another person in the cockpit. So the type, even though it might feel really, really cool to fly it in a 737 or an Airbus, the MCC is really about the quality of your multi-crew corporation,
Exactly.
which is the name of the course. So yeah,
Exactly.
that
To
makes
open the
sense.
mentality
Exactly, to learn.
to the multi crew.
Okay.
So that's what I did. I checked the market once again. I saw several, not to say many, places that do this in several countries in Europe, and I opted for a German school near Berlin, where I did it in the Beach 200.
Hmm.
The SOPs were great. The SOPs, were great, and actually they helped me a lot to prepare for the interviews that came later when I was looking for a job in airlines.
Very good. So, how long now that when you had your MCC course
Mhm.
done? First of all, have you got a job?
I got a job
Congratulations, man.
flying a 737-800.
Excellent. How many hours do you have now?
I need to update my logbook.
Yeah, but
And it's
prior-
a pleasure to say this. You can't imagine. I need to update my logbook because I think I'm close to 300 now.
So, you have close to 300 hours. You have an employment as a first officer flying a 737. And out of those 300, I imagine that about 50 or 60 at least of them is on the 737 already. How many did you have when you applied?
I had 200. No, actually, I had more than 300 then. I had 200 hours, so probably 350.
That's fantastic, man. You know, it just goes to show. This is why I wanted to do this interview, and especially with you, Daniel, because I really want to show that, Daniel, you're a little bit older than what the normal pilot student would be. And I often get a question from people in their early 30s or late 20s if it's too late for them to start their training. And Daniel is a perfect example that you can do whatever you want if you just put your mind to it. Now, how did you finance your training?
Most of it was self-financed. At the end, so when I was doing the type rating, I had a little bit of a family support
Mm-hmm.
because you can only go so far.
Yeah, of course, and it tends to accrue quite a lot of costs in
Yeah.
like a very short period of time towards the end.
What I think it's very crucial is don't give up. When you commit, just go forward, because the universe, I believe in the laws of attraction. And if you really want something, the universe tends to help you out. But be ready, because we're talking about a huge investment. It is a big investment, not just financial. It's a personal, human, emotional investment. I'm 41 years old. I started this when I was 36, let's say, and I've been having incredible lessons and an incredible challenge to my self-esteem, to my power of self-belief. Every day, you're confronted with new challenges. Going through this when you're 40, it's not the same as when you're 20s.
It's interesting
But
to
if you
hear.
really believe, things work out.
Absolutely, and that's what I keep telling everyone here. But it's interesting to hear. What did you feel, was there any specific challenges with being a little bit older and doing the training? Okay everybody, that was part 1 of my interview with Modular student Daniel. I hope you enjoyed that one. It will continue with part 2 in a couple of days, and I promise you that there are many more great things that Daniel has to say about his modular training. So continue to follow it, continue to follow the channel, and as always, feel free to support the channel by sharing this on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter or Flickr or whatever it is you're using. It's really helping the channel when you do that, guys, because I'm still trying to grow this channel, and whatever help I get from you is greatly appreciated. For now, I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.